What is going on, everyone? My name is Jared, and today we're talking about drinking the apple juice. Now, it might seem a little awkward for me to say that on a tech channel, but what I mean by drinking the apple juice is basically buying into 100% of Apple's philosophy. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, I'm not saying that their products aren't great, I'm just saying that there is room for criticisms as well as there is room for products that are better. So let's get to it. So if you came to me probably 4 or 5 years ago and said, Jared, what do you think about Apple's products? I would have said, oh my God, they are the best. They are the only thing that I want to use. They're the only phone I'm going to have in my pocket. And you know what? Don't even bother looking at anything else. Just don't even, it's not worth it. But a lot has changed since then. I'm more educated in all of this. I know a lot more what's going on in the tech world as far as repairs, value for the money. Just, I've learned a lot. And with that, I can honestly say that there's areas where Apple is excellent, and there's areas where Apple needs improvement. And one of those things, specifically, is everyone will say, "Oh, the iPhone is, perfect." Or there's a person I work with who says, "Oh, iPhones are unhackable. They're, the most secure thing out there." And while they are very secure, and that's why a lot of companies use them, and Apple has put a big focus on security in their iOS operating system for their phones and tablets, but that's not necessarily 100% right, and that misconception of Macs don't get viruses is the same idea. They most certainly do, it's just different, and it takes somebody a lot more time to probably code up a Mac virus or, malware or whatever, than it does for Windows. And I think a lot of that also has to do with Mac has an app store where you can get most of your things that you want. And Windows, you're always downloading executable files, and that's how a lot of malware and different things happen. But I say don't drink the apple juice because coming into 2018, we're going to have a new round of iPhones coming out soon. The new MacBooks already dropped, with the i9, which definitely thermal throttles like crazy. That's because the laptop is too thin. They make thin lights with this crazy powerful processor and expect it to perform like a big dog laptop that's twice, 3, 4 times as thick. It's just not going to happen. And I bring this up specifically because probably in the next few months I will be working at Apple. Probably as a repair technician or a genius or whatever they decide that they're going to put me. But that's going to be what's going to be happening in the fall. And I kind of making this not only to remind myself, but to remind you, yes, I'm going to be probably doing a lot of videos with Apple products as far as there is new iPhones, and that is what happens in the fall. So you'll see the Pixel, you'll see iPhone, you might see a Huawei here or there. But that's going to be basically the main priority coming up in the next few weeks. So... And with me working there, obviously I have to kind of buy into this just a little bit. I have to drink the juice because if I don't, that's going to look kind of weird going into the store and be like, oh, what do you think about this? Nah, not that great. I say that to remind myself because I will have to buy into it. And, another thing that I mentioned this because I went and bought my mom a HomePod speaker for her birthday, which was in June. And I have Google Homes here. I love the Google Assistant, and the gentleman working with me that day specifically was trying to tell me how much better HomePod was than Google Assistant, or Google Home, I should say. And I will give it to him. The HomePod has way better audio quality than the Google Home. I don't have a Google Home Max, so I can't compare that, but compared to my other 2 Google Homes and a Google Home Mini, the HomePod has a great sound. But what I would say is Siri is super lacking as far as what it can do compared to Google Assistant. It's conversationalism, it's the intricacy of what you can ask Google Assistant compared to a very straightforward thing you have to ask Siri, which, again, all of the digital assistants are improving, but right now it's just a clear fact. Studies and tests have been shown that Google Assistant is the best, most comprehensive, correct assistant out there. Not saying Siri is bad or wrong, but Google Assistant is just better. And this gentleman was convinced that there is nothing better than the HomePod. The HomePod is the top of the mountain. It is the best speaker that there's ever been, and I just can't agree. Taking it as a speaker, yeah, it's very good, portable, light. Sound quality is outrageous for the little tiny thing that it is, but as a smart speaker, if you could find a way to wire up your Google Home into your home theater system, that would just be that would be the top, because you'd have the audio quality and the Assistant all together. That would be where it is. And the thing with Mac laptops, so the big thing that I've always said, and whether it's on this channel, to my friends, to my family, is that dollar for dollar, you can get a more powerful PC than you can a Mac. Usually, 99% of the time, that's how it is, especially in laptops. All-in-ones are a little hairy now, but laptops, you can buy a crazy powerful laptop for the same price as a loaded MacBook and get way more for your money. It's just a fact. And again, for someone to say, like, this is the most powerful laptop, this is what you're going to have, this is it, bing, bang, boom, you're done, it's just not right. And I say it because you have to be objective. And especially in tech reviewing, you have to be objective in the point that there is going to be things where the iPhone is better, and there is going to be things where the iPhone is worse. Same with Samsung, same with any product out there. There's never going to be one product to rule them all. Maybe one day, but that is not right now. So I can't say that the Pixel is the top. I love the Pixel, and if you watch my videos, you know I love the Pixel. But I can say that there's things that iPhone does better than Pixel. And I can say there's things that Pixel does better than iPhone. And I could say there's things that Samsung does better than both of those. And for someone to come right out and say, nope, iPhone 10, that's the best there is, it's just not right. And going forward in tech, people have been saying that phones aren't really exciting, the features aren't that exciting anymore, they're not that revolutionary. I would agree, they're evolutionary, for sure, but you gotta look at it objectively going into it. Of course, this coming fall, we're going to see a bigger iPhone, a same size iPhone, and a cheaper version of the iPhone, which is an LCD instead of OLED. So what's going to be the basic difference between the new big iPhone, whatever they call it, iPhone 10, iPhone 11, versus the regular iPhone 10, iPhone 11? More than likely, probably nothing. It's probably just going to be bigger. Maybe, obviously, they'll have tweaked camera setups. It'll have the new chipset, but it's just going to be a bigger version. And for someone to come out and say, nope, the iPhone 11, 10X Plus, whatever they're going to call it, is the king, the best, the beast, I would argue it, because it's not necessarily true. And especially with things like the Pixel 3 coming out, and all that stuff that's coming out, so many things are competitive now at this point that you can't just say one is the best, the end of story, no discussion about it. And I say don't drink the apple juice because Samsung has been running a bunch of ads poking fun at Apple and their geniuses. And I understand. I've had a few very interesting experiences at the Apple Store with the geniuses, with the salespeople, and everything. Most of the time, the experience is great. They're super helpful and very nice. I really haven't had an experience that was poor, just interesting. And a thing with Apple's repairability, they tend to replace logic boards instead of repairing bad capacitors, MOSFETs, whatever is going bad on the board, they will charge you to replace it. And now I won't necessarily say that that's the perfect solution. It's definitely one of them, probably a more expensive one. But again, just not everything they do is right. And for people to just always hop on the bandwagon, or some people call them the sheeps, just following, the herder, it's just not necessarily correct. I don't agree with everything Apple does. I agree with some stuff they do. And as far as me, going to work there, obviously I like the company, and I do like the company. I like what they did. I like Steve Jobs' vision back in the day, and I have had Apple products for a very long time. My first iPhone was an iPhone 4, and my first Mac was an iMac 2011. I still have it, actually, and it still works. And there is something to say about longevity in their products. I have seen Apple products outlast a lot of other PC or Samsung or whatever other devices you have. I've definitely seen them last, and they hold their value for a very good amount of time compared to things from other manufacturers. And I think that's just a brand loyalty sort of solution. And again, my formal education is in marketing, so the whole idea of this brand loyalty, this idea, this buying into something that's bigger, you're not just buying a product, you're buying the lifestyle, a brand, a status symbol, that's all true. And they have done that. And that is a whole part of buying into the apple, drinking the juice, right? So I urge everybody, especially coming into the fall, the holiday season, wintertime, with the new phones, new computers coming out, new iPads, to just think about it objectively. Maybe the best bet isn't a MacBook. Or maybe it is. Maybe there's just something that you need specifically and that solves your problem and that's it, you're done. The Apple Watch, to me, this is worth it a lot to me. I love the Apple Watch. I like how they do it. I've had a lot of smartwatches, and you know what? I still come back to the Apple Watch. It is just my favorite. And I'm not going to say that the other watches don't do a great job. And the Samsung Gear does tons of stuff with altimeter, barometer, and I would be wrong to say that Apple Watch is the best. I can say Apple Watch is my favorite. So that's just looking at it objectively from one person. Again, everyone who's out there who is going to watch this video, just think about it. Do your research. Look forward, read, go online, see what other people are saying about whatever it is you're buying, whether it's a new iPhone, an older Mac maybe you're buying used, looking at a refurbished unit. Go online, look, there might be problems, there might be people who have similar solutions, and there might be people that can offer you a better solution or an alternative to what you're looking for, maybe and save some money in the process, or at least you know what is going into it before you get into buying it and purchasing and using this product for however long. So again, this video, more of a discussion about, I guess, the Apple philosophy and not just following exactly what it is that they're preaching. Take it with a grain of salt. Listen to it, do your research, and go forth knowing that. And then if you come to the solution that, yes, the Apple product is where I want to be, then great. You have nothing to worry about. But I can't say myself personally that there is one thing specifically that is the king of everything, whether it be in a laptop category, a phone category, a smartwatch category. And for people who say that there is, I just don't agree. So if you don't agree with me and you believe that Apple is the all high and mighty, praise Lord Apple, let me know down below. If you agree that there's some trade-offs and cost benefits to buying into the Apple ecosystem, drinking the juice, let me know. I do look forward to all the other videos, the next videos I do release should be pretty cool. There is some cool things coming up, and I do look forward to the fall and all the new stuff that's going to be released. So anyway, my name is Jared. This has been a quick video about Apple's philosophy. So thanks again for watching. I will leave a Patreon link in the description below. That is set up now, so check it out. There's some cool rewards, a lot of interaction with me, and get your voice heard on the channel. It's small, but we're growing. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.